Welcome back to another episode of Your Daily Real Estate. I'm Tristan. Hope you're having a good day. Listen, I've been going through some thoughts lately. I'm reading a couple of books. One of them is Titan, the Rockefeller story. I'm always trying to see what biography I can read. And the other one is Leadership by George Washington, something along those lines. I don't remember the exact title, but I want to talk to you about something that I think Rockefeller did a great job on. He did a lot of great things. He did some crazy things. This is a good one. That leads into a follow-up thing that you need to do. So, two things. And of course, this episode's brought to you by Y Realty. We're in California. We're expanding outward. If you have questions, just message me on Instagram. But let me read to you what Rockefeller would say to himself. This is at night. All right, this is from the book. And I've got this highlighted here, so I'm going to read this to you. And he's specifically saying, I'm growing. I'm getting a lot of money. I'm doing some great things, and let's not let it get to our heads. Let's every night not end with a win. Instead, I want to knock myself down every night to remember that I've got to continue to work the next day. And I love that because I see a lot of businesses, and I've suffered through it myself in the past, where we get comfortable. And we get comfortable. It doesn't just have to be comfortable in business. It can be comfortable with your spouse, comfortable with your relationships, with your kids, comfortable with your health. The point is, comfort blinds you for whatever it is. And so this is why I love this. In fact, I'm going to start doing this now. I read this last night and I just contemplated through it. Here it is. It says, look out or you will lose your head. Go steady. This is himself talking to himself, writing it out. These intimate conversations with myself had a great influence on my life. I was afraid I could not stand my prosperity and tried to teach myself not to get puffed up with any foolish notions. So let me go ahead and condense that down to an aphorism I love. You go to sleep on a win and you're going to wake up with a loss. He's saying, hey, I don't want to go to sleep on a high saying, oh my gosh, it was a great, magnificent day. I can't believe all the great stuff that I'm doing. Look at me. He's saying, wait, I need to, and don't think he wasn't grateful. And he had to spend a lot of time with his family too. He just was real and said, hey, it's great what I did, but I'm not going to dwell on it and say, oh, this is amazing. It's going to continue. He realized that he had to continue to put work daily. And so the great thing is he's saying, yeah, I've got a little success now, but I'm not going to let it keep me down. And in essence, it's the same thing you've heard in the past, which is don't let your foot off the gas. What I like to apply it here too is not just business. You can apply it to anything like I told you, because that will drive you to get better at it. And I don't know about you, but if I'm thinking about this on a relationship level with the people that I love, I'm going to show up tomorrow too for them. And in fact, I'm going to try to show up better. What can I do better to connect with them more? And in real estate, what can I show up with that connects with my audience better, with the customer that I want to attract? What can I do? That's why I love this one. And then for me, the second part to this is combining what Simon Sinek would, in essence, write a book on, which is start with why. And you end with this with Rockefeller at night, right? What did he say? He says, the aphorism I love, you go to sleep on a win and you're going to wake up with a loss. Well, start with why. In the morning, I want to challenge you to say, well, why am I doing what I'm doing today? What are my priorities? And why are those my priorities? Why? Why do I have these things on my calendar? And why are they so important? Why do I have to show up to these? Because you'll realize two things. One, man, I shouldn't be doing that other stuff. Or at least I should write it down if you're not writing it down and you're just very reactive. Why are you doing these things that you don't even want to do, that you don't love showing up for? If they're dominating your whole day. And then the other part is, why are you doing the things that you love? What is this? Where is this going? How does this fulfill you? Why do you keep doing these amazing things on this end? What ends up happening if you start with why in the mornings is you remind yourself why things are priorities and why those other things you should delegate as much as you can. Now, there are things you're going to have to do throughout the day that you don't like, and you're just going to have to do them, even if you don't like them. But the rest of the day, you should be focused on things that you love. In fact, things that you're amazing at, that push the needle forward, that get you to where you want to get to faster. Anyway, those are the thoughts I've been thinking about. This idea of ending the day, the way Rockefeller was saying, hey, don't let it get to your head. And then what Simon Sinek would say, start with why. Let's get clear about why you're doing this. And that's why we started Why Realty. But that's a whole different story. I'll talk to you tomorrow.